Hey everyone, and welcome back to the PRISM podcast. I'm Juice.
And I'm Mashumaro.
Hey
Hi, everyone.
everyone! Oh my god, it's been a minute since our last episode back in January.
Oh, yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah. Hi everyone, we missed you all. So today we're catching up on everything we've been up to since then. Our last episode in January, we've been pretty busy with productions and events. So our production in January, our guest tonight has actually been involved in that production as well. But so was I, and that was a Midsummer Night's Dream Shakespeare production, directed by Kili Liega from Chai Dynasty. So yeah, that happened in January, and then also in January we had the second annual Materia Awards, which Maro and I were a part of.
Yes, we were.
That was really exciting. We had a lot of performances, and we celebrated a lot of winners for their categories. We are currently still in the process of making their trophies and sending them out soon. But yeah, it's been a journey so far. We also did LLHS, which is Limsa High, in February. Throughout the entire month of February, Limsa High was like a episodic music event inspired by Glee. For those that watched it, there was a lot of comedy.
Chaos and
Yeah, I think all of us in today's episode were actually part of that. So me, Maro, and Noch. Noch, we can talk about it later on, but yeah. And then in March was the grand opening of Jamcade, which is my very first venture into the venue scene, which has been really exciting and fun to prepare. Like we've been making arcade games. Yeah, it's been really fun. Actually, this week on Thursday we had a Star Wars themed opening because May the 4th, which is tomorrow, is approaching, which is like the unofficial holiday for Star Wars. And
it's so
then
cool.
yeah, and then last month, April, we had the Britney challenge. So that was really fun. I do want to talk about that some more, but we can talk about that later. But before we dive in, we have a few upcoming events would love to spotlight. But Mara, did you have anything else you wanted to mention what you've been up to?
I mean, other than being a part of the Materia Awards and LLHS, and of course the Britney Challenge, I've just been really working hard on making music and recording covers and stuff.
Hmm.
That's it really. Just doing music and doing a lot of behind the scenes stuff more so than
Yeah.
what's out in the public.
Yeah, you've been really busy, and you're gonna be even busier with the trophies, right?
Oh yes,
Yeah, yeah,
they're looking good. They're looking very shiny at the moment.
yeah. Alrighty, so a few things I want to plug before we invite our guest on. Once Upon a Shard, for those that aren't aware, is our one and only musical production this year. It's an original with an original script. We are going to be using songs that already exist to push the story, to tell the story. So yeah, it's a jukebox musical. And then, of course, we have our Jamcade openings every fortnight, Thursdays, with the next one actually being on, I think it was Thursday, the 14th of May. Yes. And I think that's it, to be honest. Anything else that we have prepared aren't ready to be announced yet, but for now, please keep an eye out and look forward to announcements for future events and yeah, on our Discord and our website. So tonight's guest is someone who's been part of the community for quite some time now, and I am very happy to welcome them on. Please welcome Nochryla Stillwater. Woohoo! Welcome, Noch.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. Noch, we're so excited to have you on PRISM. For those meeting you for the first time, how would you introduce yourself? Tell us a bit about yourself and what you've been up to recently.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Nochryla Stillwater. Most people call me Noch because it's shorter and easy to pronounce. I've probably been playing Final Fantasy on and off since like Heavensward, and I made the migration over here a bunch of years ago, full time during the mass WoW exodus. So I mostly do community-based things. Some of you will have seen me around in there. Aside from raiding as well, is the other big reason why I play the game.
True. Actually, Nock has been one of
Ooh.
the few people who kind of got me into like kind of gave me the uh the nudge to try savage raiding this tier. I remember talking to Nock in our like VC and not giving me tips on like our savage fights for like M10, M9. So yeah, I'm currently doing savage with some members from Milky, which is Nox FC, and yeah, Nock has been really really helpful with that. And of course, like the community events, Nock has also been around for like our karaoke nights in the past, as well as been a spectator for like our concerts and productions as well. So Nock has been around. Nock has been very involved in the community. But yeah, so Nock, do you actually remember how we first met?
Oh, I know the first event of yours that I went to was it was one of the karaoke ones. It was pop versus rock. I think was one of the big ones. That's where I think I started talking to you like properly for the first time. But where we actually met, I could not tell you. Like you said, I've been like around in the community for a long time, for years now. Since I mean, I transferred over to Materia when it first opened, but only actively getting involved probably in the last year or two, beyond just throwing gill at you for donations and
True.
being a silent partner and so not partner, but a silent backer and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's another thing that I'm really grateful for is Nock has been very generous with giving me gil for like prizes and things like that. Yeah, like even though Nock hasn't really been in the front with all these things, I think without Nock's support, it wouldn't be as good as they were. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
So thank you,
thank
And
Nock.
you.
we always appreciate those that help us in the back line,
Yes.
always.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important if you're to be part of a community, you need to give back to the community as well. That's kind of the mentality behind why I would give gil or shop items or what have you.
Mm. So you said you started playing during Heaven's Ward, and it wasn't until like the WoW mass exodus that you started playing full time. When exactly was that? Do you remember?
Yeah, sorry, it would have been just before what was it? Not Shadowbringers. What's the one after it? Endwalker. So just before Endwalker launched, there was a mass exodus from WoW because of the actual dismal state of how the game was during Shadowlands.
Mm.
So a very, very large amount of people just quit playing the game. It was terrible. If anybody listening did play WoW, they'll remember how awful Shadowlands was. So I kind of played Final Fantasy a bit casually from from Heavensward up till there. Dabbled my hand in a little bit of raiding during Shadowbringers, kind of touched into Eden. But I was a full time raider in WoW, and it's really difficult to be a full time raider in two different MMOs.
Mm.
Um, but I'd always said that if my WoW raiding guild ever fell apart, I'd move on over to Final Fantasy. So the moment that that finally did, I made the jump, which was I'd never look back.
Mm. What did you play in WoW actually? Because for me personally, I was a arcane mage main
Yeah.
alliance.
And I
No,
have never played WoW, not a
yeah,
single second.
you're better off for it. And if you do, don't play Alliance like Juice did. They're the objectively worst faction. um, I played a little bit of everything. Because I was raid leading at the time in WoW as well, so I stuck to playing tank a little bit.
Mm.
So I was a main tank for many, many years because it's the easiest job to play while also doing shot calling. Because the tanking in WoW is not very uh, you don't have to put a lot of focus into what you're actually doing. You just press your rotation and press taunt every 12 seconds. And that's what tanking in WoW was like. When I didn't have to tank, though, I played Hunter for a really, really long time. When I was raiding in the early days in that, so from BC onwards, I was a Hunter, and then it wasn't until I formed my own raiding guild that I swapped over to tanking. But I played a little bit of everything. I put a lot of time into that game.
And I guess since you moved to full time from WoW to FF, what's been your favorite memory in game so far on FF?
It's hard to pick like one specific moment as a memory. I think like there's a vibe thing, and it's where I met a lot of my friends that I still play with now. So a lot of the Milky crew as well. Um, when I first moved over kind of full time, I was hanging out in Gridania a lot, and there was a person there who used to do a lot of bard performances. Like people see those, especially those who hang out in Limsa. You see the like micro something or other.
Yes.
They rock up with their full bard group, but it's all one person with their multi-boxed accounts and using BMP or whatever it is that they use now. Back when Materia first opened, it wasn't quite as common for one person to multi-box multiple accounts, and so there was a group of people there that would all link up and we'd all do performances, and they were really welcoming to newer people around, and they kind of brought people in, saw that they were interested, taught them how to do it all, and eventually opened it up into we had a group called Symphony and Gridania, and there's a lot of people there that I'm not in touch with anymore. But we used to get hired for venues. We made a lot of really, really good friends for that as well. There are people in this community that, while they might not recognize me and I don't particularly recognize them, we're all still part of the same circle because of how much we traveled to the venues. And even though that group eventually fell apart, I made some real lifelong friends through that.
Yeah, that's actually such a cool thing to learn about, because I did know about like the bard stuff, but I didn't know how involved you were in that as well. And just there's something so cool about having like an individual player, like each member of this octet band being an actual player, and then syncing it up, and then just having an actual, not a multi-box kind of bard band. Yeah, it's so cool. And honestly, we should we should do it again. We should try to do it again, because it's something I have been thinking about. Like, because I don't know if you were around for this, Noch, but I think it was like 2 years ago. When I used to be in like the Met Gala, we started a band ourselves called Harmonic Hues.
The Harmonic Hues. Yeah, I still have my uniform actually on my glamour plate.
Yeah, so we did the exact same thing as you did. But we only ever performed during like our monthly events. We never got like hired for like venues and stuff like that. But I think it's so cool that was kind of what you experienced in the game, because basically you got the venue experience way earlier than I did, which is so cool. Yeah.
It was when housing had first hit Materia as well, so venues were popping up all over the place. Everyone was scrambling to try and attract people to come, like customers, stuff like that. So it was really interesting being a part of it. You kind of mentioned a moment ago being unsure of how involved I was with it. We had like the Discord for the group was actually pretty massive. I think we had between 15 and 20 regular members of the band, some more involved than others. And there was a kind of core management, I guess is the phrase I'd use, behind it all. And I was part of that. So helping with the scheduling, helping with the organizing. I wasn't one of the people writing midis. That was well beyond my talent, but definitely very heavily involved.
Wait, so you're saying your bard band was playing like original, like MIDI arranged music?
Absolutely. You know some of the people that helped write them. Ren did a lot of them back then as well. Rembrandt, I know, did a few of them. I'm trying to think. So the main person behind it all was Wraith. Wraith
Great
something
song.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. So he was
Oh.
like the big head behind it all. And he wrote a lot of his own midis as well. But we tried to use custom midis as much as we could, not necessarily original songs,
Yeah.
but ones made by people within the community or friends from the community,
Yep.
rather than just going to the old BMP website,
Yeah.
downloading
Just
octets and then
yeah.
playing them.
Yeah. That's actually so cool. Oh my god. Oh, we should bring it back. Milky Bad.
Yo, hey! Don't
A
leave me
lot of
out
the
of this.
refugees are over in Milky now. If you ever get a chance to listen to Ren's, I think it was a quintet of Sound of Silence, probably my favorite of the songs that we did for that. And it was the slower, darker, disturbed version of it as well, but absolute top tier.
Wait, I really want to bring this up again, like in the future. Perhaps maybe, I don't know, dust off your old bard band skills and bring like Ren and yourself and have you guys perform at a an event or something. I don't know. It'll be so fun, and I want to be part of it too. But speaking of your FC Milky, could you tell us a story there? Like, how did you join, and what is it like being part of that FC?
I love Milky Man. So the FC leader is Drusilla Rose, helped out by Jellybean as well. We were originally a totally different FC called Sushi, who was run by a little Lala girl called Peaches. She doesn't really play anymore, and when she stepped away, she handed the reins over to Drew, and we rebranded into Milky itself.
Mm.
It originally started out as like this tiny little all Lala FC, and then as the kind of bard stuff started breaking up and going their all separate ways, a lot of the refugees joined Sushi as it was then. And then when it was handed over to Drew and we did a rebranding, we kind of worked out who we wanted in the FC, what we wanted to do going forward, and kept a lot tighter control over who we invited in as well. So we ended up with a lot less randoms. But that's kind of where it all came from. But now it's like this big, huge group of people that I have made some of the best friends I've ever made in this FC, and they're all such lovely people, and we do so many things together outside of Final Fantasy. Like there's maybe 2.5 raid groups made up out of Milky people. Then there's the community stuff we do as well. So I mean, you obviously know quite a few of them because we finally got you to join Milky, and you are one of us now, and we're not letting you
Yep.
go. You're never allowed to leave. But we play like non-Final Fantasy games together. We did a massive meetup at last year's PAX. We booked out like 4 different tables at this restaurant near the convention center, which was wild. I think it was like maybe 24, 25 people, all just taking up a massive section of the restaurant. And so that was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I so just for context, I actually did know Bean like before. Before Materia. No, no. Wait, my
Yeah,
memory's
you
kind
did.
of yeah. I did.
No,
I
you
knew
did. You
Bean
knew her before
before.
Materia.
Yeah, I knew Bean before Materia, and we used to be part of the same FC as well. But that FC fell apart as well. But moving to Materia when I kind of had a fresh start. And then seeing being part of like the Milky FC, I was always curious like what your FC was like, and I remember when I started the Met Gala and with people like Ren and Pasta, the glamour gods, when they started getting involved in like our events, and then I would see you guys come and support them and like watch them at the events and stuff like that. I always thought like, wow, like the Milky FC is, or I think it was Sushi at the time, but then when you became Milky, like you guys were always so like supportive and involved. And then I remember someone, I think it was like Drew, I can't remember, someone was telling me I should join the Milky FC, or saying like I was like an honorary Milky FC. And that was nice. I've always wanted to join the Milky FC like ages ago, but because of my house and my FC needing to like constantly change things for like our production and stuff, I couldn't really do that. But it wasn't until recently where I kind of like made alts to kind of solve that for me, so then I can like join you guys and be part of your community as well. And I've seen everything you've done IRL, and just how comfortable and like open you guys are with each other. It's so refreshing to see such a, I guess, a healthy a healthy community. And
That's what we strive for. Yeah, it was part of the rebranding into Milky where we don't just invite random people anymore. Anytime somebody needs to be invited, it needs to be run past the FC leads. They need to be vouched for by more than one person. We keep a really tight rein on it because, like a lot of online communities, when they grow too big, the inevitable bullshit drama starts to happen. And so we've made a really conscious effort to not let that happen. And so we invite people to the FC only who meet our vibes, who we know are good people. Like you mentioned, being an honorary member, we've considered you as such for a long time. We have a couple of them. Even Pasta left the FC for a little while, but then eventually came back because Milky is the place to be. It's You mentioned it being a good community. And I'm pretty sure I've said this to the people in the FC before. It being around these people makes me want to be a better person. It increases my desire to be positive and less critical and less of an asshole, I guess.
I also personally like how, sorry, this is kind of like we're just still talking about Milky FC, but I also kind of personally like how I don't feel like I'm walking on eggshells in the Milky FC. I think you guys definitely have, I know you're all responsible adults, but at the same time I think you're like very open to having a lot of banter and fun, and you guys don't take yourselves too seriously, but when you guys need to, I feel like you guys handle it really well. I just respect you and your FC so much. It's just so cool. And there's like a lot of FCs that I like yours, where it's not as like open to everyone, but because of that, it's like a really healthy community. For example, like Shop and Sephiroth, I think they are a really great FC as well. Shout out to Shop and Tay, who's in our chat right now. You guys also have a really good FC. So yeah, I guess FCs are important.
Man, all this talk about FCs makes me wish that I was in an FC, because I haven't been in an FC for a long time, because I'm in the same predicament of I have another house because of my own FC that I use for stuff.
You could make an alt and then you could make an alt and then just pass the FC ownership to your alt, Maro. And then
I'm actually doing that as we're talking. I'm setting that up right now.
Yeah,
a few people do that. That's why Noch is back in the FC as well, because he set up an alt to take over his one for his submarines. But yeah, there's a few people that were with us with Sushi and then left when everything changed, and then have slowly trickled back in after leveling up their alts high enough.
Alrighty. We shall move on to our first game for tonight's episode. Rapid fire questions. Maro.
Okay. So when I came up with these questions, I wanted to make questions that had room for a little bit of discussion without getting too crazy. But the first question is, what is something that you are currently obsessed with? It can be like a series, a food, even a color. I don't know.
My current obsession is probably Diablo 4. So the expansion just released, and I never trust Blizzard to release something good, but for the first time in a while they have. So I've had the opportunity to finally sit down and bang it out this weekend. Been having loads and loads and loads of fun, but it is my current obsession. Likely to change within a week or two, but right now that's where we're at.
What about you, Juice? Do you have a current obsession?
I do. I think my current obsession is Marvel Rivals. They currently have like this ongoing event called Path to Doomsday. which is like a throwback, or what is it called? What's the word? Like honorary, not honorary, like a nod back to like the previous Avengers films. Like each Avengers
Okay.
film will have its own.
I was like, I don't play Rivals, so I don't know. I can't help you here.
Oh yeah, Rivals. I only play Rivals casually. I don't play competitively. So I do like everything that they organize and prepare for the players. The word I was looking for was like nostalgic, because yeah, like it's been, Marvel has been such a miss, like a lot of the time after Endgame. So I like a lot of the fan base has kind of been a bit disappointed with what Marvel has been putting out, and I think Noch can agree, because we've had like this kind of discussion before when we were watching some Marvel movies. But yeah, like just having mini events in the game that kind of remind us of like the good times has been so much fun. Yeah, that's my current obsession.
Pretty solid. Mine at the moment is Pocopia on the Switch 2.
Oh, yes.
I'm finding that I'm
good is
sinking
it?
I'm sinking so much time into that game to the point that I feel like I put my head down, I look up, and I'm like, oh damn, it's midnight all of a sudden. So it is, yeah, Pocopia, and it probably will be that for a very long time.
If I hadn't answered Diablo, Pocopia was going to be my next answer.
Damn.
I picked it
Oh,
up
it's
about
so
a week ago.
cozy.
It's so good. It's so chill and cozy.
Oh, that's
I need
so good.
I need a Switch too.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Okay. The next question. Do you have a weird food combination that you love? And if you do, what is it?
The immediate answer I want to give is a question back to you, and that is, when you make peanut butter sandwiches, do you also put butter on them?
Well, the answer I give you is I can't do that because I'm anaphylactic to peanuts.
Oh no!
But, um, but I mean, I could see that. It's like double the butter.
It's a divisive question, like a surprisingly divisive question. I'm pretty basic when it comes to food. I am a bit of a failure as an adult and can barely cook. But I'm a big fan of that. Juice, what about you? Do you put butter on your peanut butter sandwich?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, see what I mean? It's divisive.
Do you have a weird food combo, Juice?
I do. I like Coke and banana.
What?
Yeah,
I'm sorry, what?
I eat a banana and then I wash it down with Coke. Zero.
That is
Coke Zero, not
wild.
Coke. Yeah.
Oh.
No! Nook said boo, juice out of milky now.
Oh, the other one is if you ever make chicken nuggets at home, like in the oven, put get grated cheese and put a little bit on top of them. Like you cook them for about half the time, take them out of the oven, put a sprinkling of grated cheese on each one of them, put them back in the oven, and it melts ever so slightly over the top of them. It's really good.
Yeah, it's basically like Parmigiano, just without the schnitzel and the sauce. I
Yeah.
actually do that. I make my chicken nuggets with a bit of gravy and grated cheese and make like
I'm
poutine,
sorry.
but with chicken nuggets.
Is this supposed to be weird? I thought it was weird combos.
I told you I was basic when it comes to food.
Okay, I'll get us back on track. All right. So my favorite weird food combination is salt and vinegar chips and chocolate, like milk chocolate.
I see that.
Just because it balances out the vinegar.
Yeah,
That
this
sounds
actually.
But I also
incredible.
have coffee with that at the same time.
Oh,
Coffee
you
at the
lost
same
me.
time.
yeah. Now you lost us.
I can't stand coffee. Even the smell of coffee makes me feel
Oh.
ill.
Oh no.
Well, that's good because I almost put a question in that was like, do you prefer coffee or tea? So I'm glad I took that out.
Yeah, that's definitely a weird combo.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll live and die on this hill, alright. Alright. Who was your first celebrity crush? And this could be a fictional person or a non-fictional person.
Amy Jo Johnson, Pink Power Ranger, easy.
Whoa, that was a quick
Ooh, very
response.
quick.
Yeah, I know that one. So
Damn.
I would have been maybe 8, 9, or 10 when like the original Power Rangers was airing. And I loved Amy Jo Johnson. She was wonderful. Easily my first celebrity crush.
Nice.
Oh, what about you, Juice?
My first celebrity crush. Huh. Um. Is this before I came out or after I came out?
You can choose your choice.
I think I'll do it before because because I did genuinely have a crush on the celebrity, and that was Anne Hathaway.
Ooh.
Oh, good answer.
Yeah. Oh, both. Oh, okay, so the Crusader and Nocto said both. Okay, so yeah, before I came out, Anne Hathaway. After my first, I think it would have been Chris Pratt.
Oh no!
Yeah,
No, not Mario.
I
Come
know,
on.
I know,
He's such a terrible person.
I know. But that's wait.
Wait,
No.
Which,
I take that back. I
Which
wasn't.
era of Chris Pratt? Are you talking like Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy, where he's all like muscled up and hardcore, or like Parks and Rec, where he's a little bit pudgy but very funny?
Guardians of the Galaxy. But
Oh.
but hang on, let me just correct myself because that was actually a little later on. I think before I realized it, I had a crush on the celebrity. It was someone from the Vampire Diaries. It was Stefan, the guy that plays Stefan in the Vampire Diaries.
Oh.
I don't know his
Okay.
name. I forgot his name. But yeah.
I'd have to
Damn.
Google him. I've never seen it.
Mm.
Okay. So, I can actually give a both fictional and non-fictional because I kind of had a crush on them both at the same time. So the fictional person is Danny Phantom. All right. Yeah.
Right, fair.
And the non-fictional person was Cole Sprouse from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Oh, okay.
And I
I
still
see
like
that.
Cole Sprouse to this
Yeah.
day. Still to this day.
I see that. For you.
But yeah, no. I'll live and die on the hill of Danny Phantom. I grew up with Nickelodeon, so Nickelodeon and Disney Channel, so I was kind of doomed.
It was a
All
little
right.
bit after my time, but I've heard a lot of people say Danny Phantom before.
Oh, so good. Mwah. Chef's kiss. If you could travel to any world or universe and it was entirely possible, where would you go first? And this includes like video game, book universe, movie, anything. If you could go to any world or universe and it was entirely possible for you to go there safely, where would you go?
Do I get like the specialness of the universes?
Yes.
Like if I
Yes,
said
you
Star
will.
Wars,
If
okay.
you step into that world, yes, you do.
All right. With the caveat being that I don't support the author even in the slightest, it'd have to be Harry Potter, right?
Mm.
Like
Nice.
just the ability to have such free-form magic would be incredible. There's so many good answers I could give to that as well. Codex Alera by Jim Butcher. It's a book series. Jim Butcher is an author, probably more famously known for Dresden Files, which, if people like gritty magic, highly recommend. But Codex Alera was a series that he wrote, and he based it on a dare that he was given at one point, where he said to someone, "I could write anything." If you gave me the prompts, and someone said, okay, Roman Empire and Pokemon. And what came out of it is this really phenomenal book series where it's very Romanesque in like it's got the politics and the wars and the social structures, but also every single person has their own little spirit creature that is with them and helps them, like akin to Pokemon. But you said safely, so I'm happy to say this answer. But I think that would be really, really terrific. Similar in the same vein as why people would say Pokemon, but I think it's more varied and more interesting.
What about you, Jess?
Just looking at my shelf right now, I think I'd like to go to like Westeros, like the Game of Thrones universe.
Oh.
Yeah, I love like dragons, and like that kind of medieval aesthetic. So yeah.
And my answer is very basic, but anybody who knows even the slightest bit of information about me would know that I would choose this answer. 110% I would go into the Pokemon universe.
Yeah.
No questions about it.
Yeah.
I would live quite happily and comfortably. I'd have a ranch of Pokemon, and that's canon. That's where I'd be.
That's so you. Yeah.
Who would
Yes.
your partner be?
Oh, Dedenne, for sure. 110%.
Nice. That's
I'd have a shiny
the
Dedenne.
orange one, right? The orange.
Yeah, the
electric
Gen
mouse?
6, the Gen 6 Pika clone.
Yeah.
My favorite, but I'd have the shiny, so it'd be like chocolate brown.
Can I just add to this question? If you could say one quote from this universe, what would it be? Noch.
Oh my lord. I don't know. From Harry Potter, I think my favorite quote was, "How dare you stand where he stood."
It's a good one.
Codex Lyra, I couldn't tell you. I haven't read the books for a really long time enough to actually say a quote from them.
That's fine. Mara, what are you? Pika pika.
Oh,
I'm kidding.
yeah.
I'm kidding.
No,
Sorry, I'm kidding.
I'm just trying to think of something that is actually relevant. I don't know. I'm just thinking of one quote from the first Pokemon movie where Ash goes, "Reality really bummed me out." That's it. Basically, like that's just the only thing I can think of off the top of my head. Because like everything else is Pokemon cries, and I'm really not about to Pikachu into the microphone right now. What about you, Juice?
Zaldrizes buzdar ixos daor. Yeah.
What the?
What does it mean?
A dragon is not a slave.
Translation.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good one. All right. We've got 2 more questions to go. And it is, if you could learn any language in a week, what would it be?
Oh, see, the practical answer would be like one of the Hindi languages or Mandarin. But I think I'd like to know how to speak Japanese. So I'd like to go to Japan one day, and I want to go outside of the big cities. And from what I understand, it's much less common for people to speak English out that far. And I think Japanese would be a really good one to know.
Agreed.
What about you, Juice? Are you also going to say Japanese?
Italian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Why Italian in particular?
Because I love the language, I love the food, I love the city, the country. I did learn Italian for like a semester when I was in uni. I've completely forgot it now, but I remember when I was learning it, I just felt so, how do I explain it? I felt so seasoned. I don't know.
It's a lovely language.
Seasoned.
I felt so seasoned.
We learnt it in high school. All I've retained is how to count to 100, but it's a lovely language.
And Mara?
Wow. Okay, I didn't expect you to say Italian at all. For me, because I grew up in a household that already speaks multiple languages, I would love to learn like German, I think. Like German's a language I've always wanted to learn how to speak. So for like context, I grew up in an Italian and Russian household. So it would be nice to learn another European language. And I could already speak a little bit of Japanese, so it would be nice to learn a language that is slightly different, but sounds really cool. I think German sounds really cool. Yeah. I think it's a cool sounding language.
It has a lot of really cool words.
Yeah, exactly. Like I just think it would be really cool to like be talking to someone and then just like totally change into like German mid-sentence. People will be scared of me. All right. And touching back on similar things, if something existed in a book version or a movie adaptation, which one do you prefer? To read the book or watch the movie?
A book every day of the week. Like I like movies and I watch a lot of movies. But if I think reading, absolutely reading. If there has to be a book adaptation, movies tend to like they're great entertainment. You can sit down and you can switch your brain off, but all of it is presented to you to just absorb it, and then that's all you can really do with it. With books, it allows you to use your own imagination as well, like to put the visuals how you would see them, to have the characters sound how you would think them to sound, and both movies and books do this, but I think books do it better. A good story at the end of it, I think, leaves you thinking more about the universe. I don't remember which author said it. I'd have to look at my shelf to remember her name. Um, but she said that if at the end of your story the readers are asking questions, if they have more to say or more to think, it means you've told a successful story because it's drawn the reader in and made them invested. You don't necessarily have to answer those questions. Not every plot loop needs to be closed. Not every storyline needs to be resolved. And it doesn't need to be, and this is the one of the big reasons that the latest Marvel movies kind of suck. They don't have to be setups for a sequel. They should be designed to keep the reader interested and wanting more, even if no more is going to come. And I think books do that significantly better than movies do.
That's a great answer.
And now
What
I have
about
to
you,
check my
Juice?
bookshelf to see who I'm talking about. Robin Hobb, that's it.
Me? Maro?
Yeah. What about you, Juice? You prefer to read the book or watch the movie?
I don't like my answer, but movie. Mainly because when I read books, I have like this issue where like I wish I could do what Noch does and like use my imagination and stuff like that. But when I read a book or anything really, I can hear my own voice in my head. And it's distracting. I don't
Fair.
know. I don't know what that means or what that says about me, but that's something that I've kind of like learned or noticed about myself. When I try to read like books. Yeah, it's like I don't know. It's such a weird thing. Yeah.
I don't think it's that unusual. It's a lot of people do that, especially those who don't do a lot of like role play or acting or things like that, where they have to put themselves in a position of not being themselves, of being someone totally different. If you've got a lot of experience doing that, I think it's easier to not have the characters be in your own voice or your own image.
Yeah, and I suppose that's why like audiobooks have been created too,
Yes,
to kind of alleviate that issue.
Yes, I love audiobooks. I don't like, so if you added audiobooks into an option, one of the options, I would have chose audiobook over movie for sure.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
Okay, and for my answer, every day of the week, I would rather read the book than watch the movie. I've always been a massive like person who have always enjoyed reading. Even as like a small kid, I would, I'd read at least 2 to 3 books a month. Like I love reading, and I need to get back into it really. I got really lazy on my reading, but I can very clearly like close my eyes and imagine everything in front of me based upon the description. So I find it really easy, but I can totally understand the idea of, reading it and hearing your own voice in your head. Because if I'm tired, that kind of happens. But yeah, I think audiobooks are great too. Like I don't often listen to audiobooks, but sometimes I do. Depends.
Not even my own voice, but like my own breathing. Like,
Oh, okay. So you're
Oh, that
very
would
aware
drive
of
me
your own.
wild. Yeah.
You're aware of your own self.
yeah,
Okay.
I need some kind of like audio presence. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Mm.
But yeah, that was our final question. So thank you for answering, guys.
Yeah.
Thank
you,
you.
Maro. Those really good questions. Alrighty, Noch, earlier this year you were part of a Midsummer Night's Dream production, which is the Shakespeare production directed by Kelly Lieger. What drew you to that production?
So many things. So the reason I jumped on it immediately is because I wanted to be more involved in community productions. But my only real options at the time were kind of your ones. And not disparaging JJammin or anything like that, but I'm not a singer, right? I
That's fair.
I don't mind getting up every so often at karaoke and singing the like one of 5 songs that I can sing, but singing is not my thing. So I got the opportunity to act again, right? So I to turn it into history for a little bit. I've been on and off the stage since I was like 7 years old. I was part of like children's acting groups. There was one up in Queensland where I grew up. It was called like the Australian Flying Foxes or something like that.
Oh, I
Um,
actually know that. It's funny you say that. I actually do know that. Like I know
it
that
was, is
company.
it Flying Foxes? Yeah, nailed it.
It is the
Um,
Flying Foxes.
so I was in a production of, as it was called back then, The King and I, which is the King of Siam now. When I was a teenager, I was involved in the Australian Acting Academy. As I was approaching the end of high school before my life massively changed, I was like preparing auditions for NIDA. I was fully going down the acting route. Unfortunately, my life didn't go quite the way that I wanted it to after some pretty massive events happened. So I don't really have the opportunity to go out and be on stage anymore. Um, I have MS, which limits a lot of what I can do physically. So the ability to get involved in stuff like that made me jump on it immediately. I'd never done any Shakespeare before. My high school was a very, very, very new high school that was still working out its curriculum. When I was in grade 9, the grade 10s did Shakespeare. When I was in grade 10, they decided, no, we should do it earlier, and they moved it to grade 9 curriculum. So skipped it entirely. So it was my first exposure, and I wanted to give a go at playing Oberon because I think he's a phenomenal character and he's been reimagined in so many different forms of media, and I wanted to present it as something differently to what they have done in the Midsummer Night's Dream movies, and I really wanted to have a go at that. So I sent my audition to Killy almost immediately, and I was very, very lucky to have been picked because there was a absolutely outstanding cast of people that I was up against for that role in particular.
I was just about to ask you if you had something specific you latched onto that helped you portray him more authentically, or was your like approach to him making him more of like your own? So I think you already answered that.
I did take inspiration on how to portray him. There's a computer game, a CRPG by a dev team called Owlcat called Kingmaker. It's a Pathfinder game,
Mm,
and there's a character in there called the Lantern King, and he fills that same role that Oberon does, that like fairy kings often do, or fae kings, I suppose, more than fairy, where it's more sinister while still holding on to that mischievous pranking aspect, because that's kind of how I saw Oberon. He is up to mischief, he's having fun with it, that's his whole plot with Titania. But I wanted to do that while also reminding people that he is still an immortal fae and is not to be messed with.
mm,
And that's what I drew from in order to play Oberon.
mm. Honestly, your performance as Oberon was like incredible, and I think you did such a. Not I think, I believe like everyone in like the production, even the people watching, were able to witness like how amazing your performance was, and I just wanted to ask, what was like the experience for you? What was it like for you overall? Like, was there any highlights that you wanna spotlight about the process of the production?
Yeah, and I want to shout out two people in this as well, and that's Channy and Tay. So most of my scenes were with them. They were both really, really easy to work with. Kind of workshopped with both of them, both for their characters and mine. Tay more so than Channy. And it was really, really good to have such easy chemistry with the both of them to help develop the way that we played our characters. And you can see it going back, and I know Luna recorded all of these as well. If anybody in the cast wants to go back and look, the differences between like our first, second, and third rehearsals and what eventually went to stage, you can see the growth as people got to understand their characters better. And I think that was my favorite part of finding where that character sit with myself and how I wanted to portray him, and then working towards perfecting that and using the other people in the cast to help me achieve that.
Yeah. Shout out to Tay and Channy. They were also really good at their roles for the show as well. Mara, did you
Yeah.
get the chance to watch Shakespeare earlier this year?
I got to watch about half the show, and then something came up and I had to go. But the bit that I did see, like, it was just so like the show itself was massive, and I recall it being so busy and so many people being there that like literally you had to be right at the front of the stage to see the whole cast. So it was massive.
Yeah.
We had to change the blocking for the final act of the play because originally we had all of the lovers and the mortals, we had them arranged at the front of the stage like they were watching the final play, the one by the mechanicals, and we had to adjust where they were standing because of what you just mentioned, where
Yeah.
we had such a big crowd that if you were sitting on the bleachers at the amphitheater, you couldn't see the actors.
True.
Yeah, it was.
I remember that moment. It was it was a scary moment because yeah, people were like phasing in and out. We couldn't see. But that's what happens when too many people are are in the same location to watch Shakespeare. But other than a Midsummer Night's Dream, are there any other plays or theatrical productions you'd love to be part of or even see happen in FF14?
I'd like to see I'd like to see you give Hades Town a go.
Oh
I'm a
my
big
gosh.
fan of everything to do with Greek mythology.
Yeah.
I live like in the middle of nowhere, so I'm never going to be able to go and see those sorts of performances on live. I can't just kind of duck down to Sydney to catch it. And so I'd love to see very specifically Hades Town.
We went to watch Hades Town in together, didn't we, Mara?
Yeah, we did. We watched
Yeah.
Hades Town.
Yeah.
A group of the JJammin community got together and we all went to watch Hades Town together, and it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I think I actually looked at Juice and I said, "Hey, we should do this."
Yes.
You did. Yeah, I remember. Honestly,
You definitely should.
I would love to do Hades Town. I think I have a lot of ideas for our next year because I think I've already mentioned this in previous episodes where I wanted to have like a variation of different types of productions. So I don't want to have like like a licensed musical that has like its own story every single year, because that comes with its own limitations of like a smaller cast, limited roles, and a lot of people miss out when people sign up. So moving on to our next question, which is what I kind of was just going to talk about. You're also involved in Once Upon a Shard, which is an upcoming original FF14 musical that I'm directing, which you're also contributing to the writing. And for context, Once Upon a Shard is a jukebox. Oh my god, this word always gets me. Jukebox musical, meaning it's like an anthology kind of story where there's like a complete story of its own, but we use music to tell it. For example, you can use Mamma Mia as an example, Rock of Ages, and Juliet. I think is a very recent modern jukebox musical. Yeah. So, Noch, have you had any experience with script writing or narration before?
Sort of. So not directly script writing, like what I'm helping to do with Once Upon a Shard, but with narrating and writing in general, sort of. So in games like Dungeons and Dragons and D&D adjacent, so stuff like Pathfinder, 40K, all the White Wolf systems like Vampire, etc. I'm a long-term both player and GM. So I've put a lot of work into in the past of writing those. So my group that I used to be part of, we all of it was homebrew, so we don't play modules, so stuff already written and then playing through it. So I've done a lot of that, which is what I'm drawing from to help with this a little bit. To make things try and sound natural and not like a script that somebody's reading out.
Yes, and I believe you're also like taking into consideration like the person that's actually playing the character as well. Because I remember you saying when you're writing the narration, the dialogue for like Pasta's character, you're actually trying to think of Pasta's delivery as well, and like how she would, like how she would sound.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for Pasta than it is for some of the others in the cast, simply since I know Pasta better than the others. So using the way that I know that she speaks, her inflections, the sort of language she uses, it makes it a lot easier to write something that will sound natural when being delivered by Pasta, while also still keeping it in mind that it's not Pasta delivering it; it's the character she's playing. So I like doing that a lot.
For Once Upon a Shard, what are you most excited about bringing to the show from your perspective and the character that you play?
Oh, I don't want to answer that because it's kind of spoilery.
I know. Try to dodge it.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the evolution of the lines that I deliver.
Yes.
And seeing if and how people react and enjoy that. I think that's the safest answer I can give.
Good answer.
Yeah. Noch's playing a very important character in the show. And we are currently still in production, so we're doing rehearsals, we're still writing, still altering things. But I feel like we're actually really ahead from how many rehearsals we have left until we start promoting the show and stuff like that. So at the moment, I think we are in a good spot with how we're going in terms of progress. So I think what we have currently we'll be able to fine tune and improve, and you'll be able to see myself and Maro and Noch play like these characters and these shards. And I just wanted to put out there a little disclaimer that we had this idea before, and I'm gonna.
It is 100% original. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I'm not being facetious. That is legitimate. It is original.
It is. We had this idea before the Merchant's Tale, and the new expansion. But anyways,
Yes. You'll have to wait till the show to see that, guys.
Yeah. How do you think a musical like this will differ from a traditional theater or play like Shakespeare?
I mean, there's singing. There's not a lot of singing in Shakespeare. It's also like anthologies, right? Like I think Shakespeare looks to tell a big. there are going to be people out there listening to this that know significantly more about Shakespeare than I do, and they're going to be, what the hell are you talking about, Noch? But Shakespeare looks to tell a whole story with individual parts that all end up coming together towards the conclusion. I think anthology stories are much more about each individual story being just as important as the next one, rather than them just being moving pieces of a puzzle.
Yes.
And I think that's going to be the major difference there, where it's more about the journey than it is the destination.
Yes, that's that is the perfect description, I think. But also like I think anthologies or musicals in general are a lot more contained. I think whereas Shakespeare, from my experience, doing Midsummer, it's like very open, and like there's so much you can play around a lot more in Shakespeare. I think, like every night doesn't have to be exactly like the same in terms of like how you move around the stage, because you're still using the stage to kind of like tell the story. For example, in our musical, our rehearsals, we have like choreography, we have positionals, and those will always be the same every night, you know. Whereas with Shakespeare, when I was playing Peace Blossom, I could like one night I could just wave to this crowd, walk here, do this emote, and then the other night I could do something a lot more drastic and different. I could be like interacting with Tay's character a bit more than I did the other day, you know. So yeah, I think that's the difference for me personally. But have you had much exposure to? Well, you said you used to do plays for your company back in the day, but in terms of musical theater, what have you seen so far in
Not a
person?
lot. Yeah, no, not a lot. I've never really had the opportunity to be someone who goes to the theatre. It was more about being or on stage for the theatre, and we didn't do musicals. Or the bits that did have music in them, I wasn't involved in, because, like I said right at the start, I'm not a singer.
How did you hear about Hadestown?
Through general exposure.
Oh yeah.
I knew you guys were going to see it. At karaoke, I heard some people singing songs. I'm like, those are cool. Hey, you just mentioned Persephone. Let's check out what that's all about. And around the same time that I was hearing it, Hades 2 had just come out, a video game. So I was kind of on a Greek mythological binge at the time. So it just entered my sphere of awareness. So I looked more like to find a video of it that I could watch, which does not exist.
A slime tutorial.
That's what I could. I wanted to say a jelly video, and I knew that wasn't right.
Yeah. But wait, so you haven't really actually seen Hadestown yet?
Nope, not at all. I'm only very
Oh.
vaguely aware of it, and I would very, very much like to see it. If anybody does have a slime tutorial, my DMs are open.
Yep. Alrighty. Let's play our next game. Guess the impression. So this is something I feel like you both will really enjoy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna DM you both one at a time. A character or something to do an impression of, and the other will have to guess. So we'll start with Maro. Okay, Maro, you ready?
I'm ready.
This is your first one.
Okay.
I'm going to be so bad at this.
No, you'll be fine. I'm just gonna make sure I'm definitely saying the quote right. I feel like I said this quote the other day, but I'm just gonna make sure I said it right. When life gets you down, you know what you gotta do? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do? We swim, swim.
Yeah, famously said by Nemo in the fish movie. No, that's Dory.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Noch, here's your one.
Oh Christ. Okay, hang on. Sorry, I'm looking up some quotes to say.
That's fine.
That is fine.
It's evil. It's diabolical. It's lemon-scented. That's terrible. Someone should put you in a box floating down the river, Grandma.
Oh, is that Plankton?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Plankton. Yeah.
Yeah. Someone should put you in a box and throw you in the river, Grandma. I love SpongeBob so much. Oh my gosh.
SpongeBob was a little after my time.
Oh no.
Here's your one, Maro.
Who is that?
What? No way. Hang on, let me just. Here you go. How about that? No way, you don't know this character.
I know the character, but I haven't seen them in a long time.
Okay, let me. How about this one then?
I hang on. I can find a quote. I'll find the quote. I might help. I feel like my voice might be okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I gotta find a good quote. Okay. I hope I say this right. Maybe the paths that you each shall tread are already laid before your feet, though you do not see them.
I have no idea.
That's a quote that's gonna help you. Even the smallest person can change the course of the future.
Oh, is it Galadriel?
Yes, it's Galadriel. Yeah, from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
All right, Noch, here's yours.
Juice is evil. Juice is so evil.
You'll get this one immediately. I know why Juice gave me this one.
Oh,
I
I
just need
hope
to pull
so.
up the quote because I don't know it off the top of my head. No, hang on, that's not the full quote. Give me the full quote. Google, stop failing me now.
Making me nervous. I feel like I'm gonna yell out the wrong name.
No, you know it, because I can.
Noch can do a really good impression.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There will be no foolish wand waving or silly incantations in this class. As such, I don't expect many of you to appreciate the subtle science and exact art that is potion making.
Snape!
Yeah.
Snape!
You know, Noch's character in Hogwarts was kind of like Snape.
Yeah. I put my hand up
Yes,
for
that's
potions. I'm like,
right.
I can do an Alan Rickman impression.
Yeah. All right,
That was
Maro.
so good.
Here's
Oh, I'm
your next
scared.
one. You should be.
Always so scared when Juice runs this game.
You should
Why'd I put
be.
myself in this predicament? Oh yeah, I'm assuming from
Yes.
the movie. Oh gosh, okay. I gotta think of a quote. The only quote I'm thinking of says the character name, so I'm trying not to try not to use the name that quote. Okay. Oh, I don't know why, but I've always loved the idea of summer and sun and all things hot.
I don't recognize the quote.
Oh. Oh gosh.
You can say the one with the name if you want.
Just mumble the name, maybe?
Hey everyone, I'm Redacted, and I like warm hugs.
Oh, Christ. No, I don't know it.
Oh no!
That's okay. Do you want to give the answer, Maro?
Do you want me to tell you, or do you want me to do one more quote?
Do another quote.
Okay. I guess I was wrong. I guess Kristoff doesn't love you enough to leave you behind.
Oh, this is something from Frozen, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the character names except for Anna and the Snowman.
Do you want to see which one it is? Anna or the
Yeah,
Snowman?
is it Anna?
It's not Anna.
It's the other one.
Fuck, what's the other one's name?
It's Olaf. It's Olaf. Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, the first thing that came to my brain was, "Hi everyone, I'm Olaf, and I like warm hugs." And I was like, I can't say that.
The only quote I would have recognized from Frozen is "Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout."
Oh my god, yes.
Yoo-hoo, big summer blowout.
All right. Here's your next one, Noch. I don't know if Maro will get this, but we'll see.
Oh, okay. I'm already doubting myself.
Fuck me.
Was that the quote, or was that not the quote?
No, because any of the quotes I give for this, you're not going to get because they're all, because I'd want to say Naruto or arf, 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 arf. Neither of which you're going to recognize.
It's so good though.
I have so many on the soundboard too. Oh, my cat wants to go outside. No, see, none of the quotes I have are going to be helpful. You're not going to get this one.
Do they have an intro?
No. Soup is gross. You're not going to get it. I could keep saying things that they say.
Here's a hint, Maro. It's someone that you wanted to work with.
Naruto. Is this? Are you referencing Magsy by chance?
I sure am. Oh fuck, she's in the chat.
Yes. Damn. I was gonna say. Actually, I was like, wait, Super's gross. I was like, isn't that something Magsy said?
Yes.
Damn.
Yep. Nice. Alrighty. Here's your next one, Maro.
Oh no. When Juice laughs before he sends it, it's gonna be as in which one? Okay. Okay. I gotta I gotta settle myself down and get the exact wording, otherwise you're not gonna get this. Okay. I gotta think because the only quote I know is like the one where they say their name.
You could try to say something random in their accent or their voice.
Okay. I have an idea. That will be a bit of a hint, but it might help. Hi, I'm your iPhone assistant. How may I help you today?
Are you Siri?
Yeah, Siri. Yeah.
I was like, how do I do this without being going, hi, I'm Siri, your personal iPhone assistant. How may I help you today?
It was the only way I was going to get it. I don't have an Apple.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Lucky.
Okay. Noch, here's your next one.
What's potatoes, precious?
Oh my god! That's so good!
I know what it is, but I just want to hear you do one more impression.
All right. Hang on. Let me find some quotes. What's potatoes, precious? Is that the one I just said? Give it to us raw and wriggling. We want it. We needs it.
Oh my god!
Oh, okay, Golem.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it got in its pockets?
You
Have you
did?
actually heard Golem in German before? I implore you to Google
No.
Golem in German later. It's so funny.
I'm Googling it now so I can look at it later.
Yes, good idea.
Mara,
So
this is
funny.
your last one.
Oh gosh, here we go. I had to turn my mic up for this. Wait, do hang on, can I commit to the bit?
Sure.
Wait.
But I don't know. I'm sorry.
Wait. Hang on. Alright. Crunch.
Um,
Crunch.
so many
Crunch.
things.
You might have to turn up your sensitivity. You turn off your input sensitivity, Mara. Or
Oh,
like...
okay. Hey,
No,
what
no,
would
no.
you like
I'm hearing it fine. I don't want to hear you actually eating.
Yeah.
Juice, we'll have words later.
It's eating sounds because I know Noch hates them.
Yeah, I sure do.
The only thing I had on hand was a single Scotch finger biscuit, and I was like, "This is the quietest thing ever."
No, Juice knows that I have misophonia. The sound of eating is like nails on a chalkboard for me.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, this isn't your fault. This is on Juice.
He's evil. I told you this. He's evil.
I'm kidding. All right, here's your last one, Nog. Okay.
I hope it's a sound Maro hates.
Oh. Oh, actually.
No, don't give it. Oh, okay. I can't just give the obvious quote. Let me find some good ones.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to replicate sounds that I hate.
I am altering the deal. Pray I do not alter it any further.
Huh?
When I left, I'm just going to Snape now. When I left you, I was but the learner. Now I am the master. I don't know if that came through.
Oh, are you Darth Vader?
I am Darth Vader.
Yes. Okay, I was like, it's the only I have only watched one Star Wars film, but like it's enough for me to know. Like I was like, that's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't just do that. No, I am your father.
Yes.
There's also like the breathing as well that he's really known for, the muffled breathing. Yeah.
No, I don't like feeling like someone's breathing in my ear.
Yeah.
That can count as Maro's sound of like.
Yep.
Yeah, so I gave Darth Vader because tomorrow's May the 4th. So yeah.
Yeah.
I am. May the 4th be with you.
Thank you, Juice.
Alrighty, thank you for playing that game. Let's talk FF14. We'll try to avoid MSQ spoilers, but is there anything that you've enjoyed so far from patch 7.5?
Oh, dude, all of it. This was such a good turning point for Dawn Trail. A lot of people are pretty divisive about whether they enjoyed the story for Dawn Trail or not. And, you know, justifiably, there are issues with it, especially with the pacing, which Square Enix are kind of known for having weird and crappy pacing. But this current one, I haven't been this excited about the lead up to an expansion since the end of Stormblood, leading into the Shadowbringers MSQ. It's such a good story, and the setup is going a really interesting way. There are some characters in the story that I'm really happy to see again. I'm really looking forward to seeing what journey they take with this. And it has me hyped for the expansion that I've not had in a way since the final part of Stormblood MSQ. because I think the lead into Shadowbringers is one of the best lead-ins they've ever done, and in my opinion, this one is feeling along that same way. For similar reasons about why Shadowbringers was such a good expansion, just in its overall setting, I think Evercold is leading to look the same way in the sorts of things that I will enjoy from a Final Fantasy game.
And with like the keynote for Evercold, what stood out to you the most in terms of like system changes?
I mean, obviously the Evolved versus Reborn, I think is going to be really good. I think we saw this a little bit towards the end of Endwalker and moving into Dawn Trail, in that we are suffering major button bloat. Like, there are so many abilities to have on your bars, and they resolved this in Dawn Trail a little bit by having the new abilities be follow-ons from the last ones. Now, I'm shocking with ability names, but like Dancer Tech Step turning into a new ability after you've used it. Astrologian has a similar one. White Mage has it as well, I think. Summoner has it, where Searing Light turns into a big blast afterwards. And that's how they've resolved the button bloat, by instead of giving you a new ability, they've given you a new combo action. And I think Evolved came about because they recognized that button bloat is becoming a thing. In other MMOs, so namely things like WoW, where they've tried to resolve button bloat by doing purging, there is always a large amount of the fan base that misses its abilities, that is upset by a certain ability removal. Ask any long-term samurai and they'll tell you why they missed the most useless samurai skill that ever existed. And I think Evolved is going to combat that quite a lot by not only simplifying it down, but also leaving themselves room to grow again. So we might see Evolved be heavily, heavily simplified to begin with, and people are going to complain about their one-button rotations. But then in 2 to 3 expansions' time, Evolved is going to grow more and get closer to what Reborn is now. And I think that's really healthy for the game. The other big thing that stood out for me is this new PvE season thing they're doing. So they've had it for PvP for ages, like your PvP profile, the series mums, like this, the milestones and stuff like that. It's pulling people out of logging in, doing your roulettes, talking some shit in FC chat, and then logging off, because that's all you can do for the week. You've hit your tomb cap, you're done. Pulling people into other activities, I'm worried a little bit, especially on Materia. As we all know, we have a very, very small community compared to like NAJP and Europe. And I don't know if anybody's leveled an alt recently, but you get to Heavensward and try and do some of those trials, and you're going to be sitting in queue for half an hour to an hour. Get to the alliance raids that are mandatory for MSQ, like the Crystal Tower stuff. You can be sitting in queue for 2 hours. If you try and do this at midday, you're not getting your queue pop until 4 p.m. unless you get very lucky. Currently, the way that that's mitigated is by people logging in, doing their roulettes, because that's what your daily leveling roulette, your alliance raid roulette, etc. They're designed to not only give endgame players something to do and a reward for doing them, but the side effect is that they help people, like the sprouts and the lower level players, it helps get their queues to pop. By offering more activities to complete your weekly meta objectives, that's wonderful for the long-term players, because it means that they can do something other than do Sastasha for the 8th time that week. But it's going to be pulling people out of dungeon queues, and I worry for the sprouts about the exodus from people queuing Alliance Raid. So I'm watching it with interest to see how it affects Materia, especially.
Maro, what about you?
I mean, I watched the keynote live and had to actually go back and rewatch it after to really actually take in everything that I had seen. I'm really excited for all the new character customization that's coming. I think it's going to be amazing that we're now being given the complete opportunity to basically make our own races in this game. like being able to customize your skin tone and everything to how you want it. I think it's going to be really fascinating. I'm really excited to see how the new like character display HUD thing works, like with all the gear augmentation and stuff using the pass and that being an option. You know, as someone who doesn't Savage Raid, it kind of means that I don't get the chance to get all the best gear. So them mentioning that it will soon be possible to do that without having to Savage Raid is kind of good. But it's more so that I actually just can't wait to see how things look. Because it's all good and well to say this is how it's going to be, but it's to actually have my hands on it. Oh, and I'm excited to play FF on the Switch too. That's what I'm excited for.
All right. There's also something. Oh, this is kind of a bit of a controversial take for this topic, but I think for me, the customization improvements that are being made to in Evercold, there's something about like the limitations of customization that from a glamour perspective, I feel like is nice when someone can pull something off with like limited customization options. And now with being able to like have any kind of color for your hair, your eyes, your skin, not only does that remove the limitation and make things a lot easier to kind of pull off, it also like kind of allows things or I guess people who feel like doing this to make the most cursed character ever, the most ugliest looking character ever, and just I don't know, it's like there's a bit of like kind of immersion breaking like as well from that can happen. So that's the only thing that I'm a little worried about with the new customization feature. But I think the general reception of that feature is positive. Like people are like happy that they can make any like race now or anything like that. So that's more power to them. So the other thing that I really like about the new upcoming system changes is the what was it called, Beastmaster, which is what we're not getting that yet. We're getting that soon.
In September we're getting that one.
Yeah, I was watching like the game, like the it wasn't the keynote, it was the 7.5
the live letter.
Live letter, yeah.
Live letter, yeah.
And I thought that was like a really cool addition, like because I didn't really play Blue Mage, and I felt like there was something about Blue Mage that didn't really click with me. But when I saw, because I like the idea of like I guess people can call it like collecting animals or pets or like Pokemon or whatever. So I like that as well. And I was looking at some of the like the video footage of, I think they're like missions or something like that. I don't know, like the tabletop kind of thing that they had for Beastmaster, and I thought that was
like,
yeah, I thought that was really cool. So I'm really excited for that. And also like the housing. Oh my god, the housing updates. I appreciate. Like I like just recently I noticed like the increase in housing slots also applied to like this in the housing storage. So I was so happy that I was able to store more.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's like
it actually. I have not been in my house since the update.
Yeah, so
yeah, the storage doubled as well.
Yeah, so large you can play 600 and you can store 600.
Okay, that's so good. I can empty out all my retainers.
Same, yeah. But I think with all the commotion about housing going on at the moment with like the culling, I don't know if you guys have seen or heard, like if you place more than 400 items in a large house, they start they did mention it in the patch notes that would happen, but I think on paper it's like okay, but then when you see it in game, especially for like builds where they are a lot smaller and a lot more detailed, and then when you start having like these culling effects where like furnishings keep popping in and out, it really kind of ruins it. So that's something that I'm hopefully waiting for a hotfix for. The housing community in FF are quite like really in shambles at the moment because of that. But yeah, it's been an interesting thing to see unfold. But it's a good change. Always having more furnishings, especially for like the outdoor as well. Yeah, I'm excited for that as well. So did you want to mention something, Knock?
I'm looking forward to the actual housing update where you can make your small look like a medium and your medium look like a large for
Yes.
their interiors as well.
Yeah, that's a
We're not going to
really
get that until after 8.0, but I think that's a really solid direction, because housing in general, getting a large house anywhere is very difficult. And I think this is going to alleviate a lot of those problems. Like, who cares if you only have a small, if you walk inside and it's a TARDIS?
I agree. I also my dream plot was actually a small in Limsa. It's a not Limsa, Mist. It was like the beachfront one. That was my dream plot, and
Ooh.
I had to give it up for a large house for production and stuff. I needed more furnishings and more space. But with that update that you just mentioned, once it like happens, I'm tempted to get my old small plot again in front of the beach. Yeah. Alrighty. So Nock, you seem to have an affinity with wolves and moons. And moons. How would you describe your aesthetic?
The same as it's been since I was like 17, goth.
Yes, goth.
Like, I mean, I don't dress as a goth anymore, because it's not the 90s and the early 2000s. But it's always been like dark clothes. I'm old enough now that I can't wear my hair down to my shoulders because I don't have enough of it anymore. But I still have my tongue piercing. That's the one part of it that I've never gotten rid of. It's a clear plastic one now, though, so it doesn't really stand out. But yeah, it's always been kind of dark colors, dark aesthetic. And I was goth before emo existed, so we held it down.
So what is it about wolves that I think that attract you?
Yeah, so wolf has, it's super original, I know, but the wolf has been like the kind of animal behind a lot of like the names and things that I pick, the aesthetics that I pick, like the username that I use outside of Final Fantasy, which is Zeve, Zeheve. It means wolf, so it's about a couple of different vibes, right? It's about the loyalty and the chosen family unit and the working together, while also still being free to kind of live your own life, which is what I see wolves as embodying.
And with wolves, you also have like the relation with the moon and stuff. And with the G pose you gave me, you actually had like your character posing with the moon. What does the moon mean to you?
That's a really good question that I probably haven't really thought about before.
Are you
So,
Are you a spiritual person?
yeah, I am. I to answer that question first, I think there's a lot more to this, or I like to think that there's a lot more to this world and what makes up creation in general, than what can be seen or what is evidence. It's really hard to explain this without sounding like a crackpot.
It's a safe space.
Like, I'm not religious. Spiritual is a better way of saying it. I like to think that there's more to this world than what is just in front of our eyes. And I think that there's guidance if you seek it. Someone said to me when I was quite young that if you ever meet someone's eyes when you're passing them in the street and you feel like a spark or a draw to them, it's probably because they have a message for you or you have a message for them. And whether it's true or not is kind of irrelevant. I just like the minds, the headspace that puts you in, because it makes you not only open to meeting new people, but also being open to listening to what other people have to say. It's really easy to exist in an echo chamber or to only seek out like minded individuals because they validate or justify your own way of thinking. But you can't grow as a person or even like cement your own beliefs unless you're challenged. And having an argument or a debate with someone or hearing someone else's opinion is a good way to either, like I said, cement your own opinion, because if you have to justify the things you're saying, it forces you to think critically about them. If someone just says yes, of course, to everything you say, you're never going to develop why you think like that, and it'll never help you move on from, are you just saying things because you read them once or because you're repeating things that other people have said, or is it because you actually believe them? Because it's very easy to just speak with confidence and talk out of your ass. I do it all the time. But to have people challenge it, I think, is a good thing. Um, and sorry, I've gone on a bit of a rambly tangent.
That's all
But
right.
that's kind of like why I enjoy spiritual stuff.
Mm.
Whether or not it's real doesn't matter. It's
Mm.
the messages you take from it and the way you live your life that
Yes.
lets you embrace it. So the moon, to jump back to your original question, the moon is about aspiration. It is something, and again, to tie it into the wolf thing, it's something you can look up to, something you can appreciate, something that is beautiful. Sounds so cheesy. Something that is beautiful in a sea of darkness, you know?
I agree. Yeah. When I think there was a time. So I this is kind of off topic too, but if I could go back in time when I was like 12 years old, I think I had a lot less wonder in like my imagination and like my when trying to like think of like life and just the world in general. Like I was very like I just accepted the facts, like, you know, like science is everything and whatever. Like I wasn't really spiritual. I had no wonder in the world. Like I didn't really believe in you know, like manifestation and all that stuff. And I think because of that, I feel like when I was younger, um it was a lot harder for me to really how do I say this, like um believe in anything, if you know what I mean. Like I never believed in Santa. I never believed in like God, sorry, or like ghosts or anything like that. And but nowadays, like I'm also not really religious. A lot of people like to label me as a witch. But the thing is, I like learning about these things. I like to um to I'm very open to people's practices and experiences, and to me, the moon, when I look, I'm also quite like drawn to the moon. Every time there's a full moon, like yesterday was a full moon, I like to take a picture. I like to be reminded, because there was a time I remember this exact point in time when I looked up into the sky, and I was like stunned, like, oh my god, there's like like I forgot we had like a giant, like, this might sound kind of crazy, like what you said, but I forgot there was like a giant celestial body like right above us. Like, wow, how magnificent is this like world that we live in? You know, like it just reminded me like life is not that that boring, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And also when I think about when games draw an influence, especially fantasy games, when they draw influence from like these like witches and mages and astrologers with their tarot decks, not tarot decks, their I guess they are tarot, right? Astrologers have tarot, like the cards that they
Yeah,
Yes, they
tarot.
do.
yeah, all of it is kind of like influenced or inspired from like some form of spirituality, whether it be like crystals or or like blessings and curses and whatever that, like everything like that. In a game, it really adds to the fantasy and magic of it and the enjoyment of it. And I feel like having that kind of same experience in real life, whether it be real or not, is still something that really gives you that feeling of wonder, and like there's something else in the world. Like, yeah, that's what I just wanted to talk about.
It's a good way of looking at it as well.
Yeah.
Like it gives you whimsy in your life. Wonder is a really good word for it as well. Like I mentioned, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you hardline believe in it or not. It's about what you're willing to be open to. Because as long as it's not hurting anybody, somebody's beliefs are their beliefs, and that's what they desire. And people don't deserve to be disrespected or persecuted over them believing something different from you. And I think being spiritual allows you to open yourself up to that a lot.
Yeah. Alrighty. So Noch, it's been a huge pleasure having you on with us tonight for our 15th episode of the PRISM podcast. As we start to wrap things up, do you have any final words, like shout outs or thoughts or anything you'd like to leave the listeners with?
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thank you. I like that it's the 15th episode because 15 is my lucky number, so it was always meant to be.
Oh,
Meant to be.
meant to be. What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
For shout outs, as always, shout out to the Milky crew. So thank you all for being absolutely wonderful people. For a more direct shout out, everybody should go and follow Magsy Moon on Twitch. She's in the chat. Click her name, click follow. She streams Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Go and check her out.
Thank you so much, Noch. Wait, that's actually so crazy. Before I just needed to say that. That's actually so crazy. I did not know 15 was your lucky number. How crazy is that? But yeah, thank you so much, Noch. Before we end the episode, I just wanted to plug a few things again. Once Upon a Shard, look forward to that. It's our next musical. Jamcade, we're open every Thursday fortnight. And yeah, stay tuned for more announcements in the future. And hope everyone enjoys 7.5 and future patches to come. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode
Thanks,
of the PRISM
everyone.
podcast. Take care. Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.